Arcane Season 2, Episode 4, title Paint the Town Blue. Of course, this is the start of Act 2 of Season 2, the final season. How did Act 2 start? Did it start well, poorly, somewhere in the middle? Where are we? I will say this. I'm curious, not curious, I'm intrigued of where it's heading. Because by the end, we get introduced to this werewolf. A werewolf that was hinted in Act 1 by this mysterious figure doing like Frankenstein type of stuff towards this animal. You know, making sure the heart's working, making sure this werewolf is going to be functional when it gets cold. All these situations. But the reveal which clearly it's meant to hint that it's Vanda. And I don't know how I feel about that. Like, I get the idea of, like, your original father figure. What would Vanda's opinion be on Jinx? Knowing everything that she did after the events of episode 3 of the first season. What happened? What would the mindset be? Would there be worrisome, disgust, proudness, all these, emotions? What would it be? And I get the concept of that, and it's an intriguing concept of it. But I don't know how I like it. I mean, there's a part of me that feels like, look, there's so many franchises now that does the whole fake death thing to the point just like when a character stays dead, it just feels suitable. It feels a fresh air that I know that this character who died is not coming back. So even as like a werewolf, I'm like, technically Vanda's back. They brought him back to life. And his death is the thing that sets the whole series in motion. That has, Powder becoming Jinx, having all the events that happened in season 1. So having him come back, it kind of does feel a bit of wobbness to it. It does feel like we don't... it's just... I don't know how I feel about it. The rest of the episode, I like. The idea of doubting yourself. Because Caitlyn in last episode was like, we're going to get Jinx no matter what. And we'll get Jinx even if it means blowing up the entire city. Like, we'll get Jinx, we'll find her. But now, clearly, times has passed. Time has moved forward. Times is now a thing. And what we have here is Caitlyn doubting herself, thinking, is this all worth it? Is this worth it? Can I just forgive her? Maybe she is gone. Maybe she is dead. Maybe she's out of town, all we know. And now we're just fighting a ghost that isn't around anymore. So she's having all these double opinions and and even having opinions of other characters that you can tell some are trying to say, oh, it's up to you. You're the one in charge, but I'm basically telling you to keep going. And then the other side of it is, you got people who care for her, like this. She's in a relationship with one of her soldiers, or basically one of her soldiers, and that person's like, hey, maybe it's time to just forgive her. Maybe you can, maybe you can't, but you never know. But the other side of it is Jinx. Jinx herself. The stuff doing her character stuff where she doesn't want to be herself anymore. She's like, Powder's dead, now Jinx is dead. Now I have a new Persona. But the problem is people see her now as this hero. This person to look up to that fights who fights the system and fights the the underdogs and all that kind of stuff. And she doesn't see herself as a hero. She doesn't see herself as a hero. She doesn't know what to do. She's now taking care of this kid that, clearly she enjoys having her around, for at least company-wise, but it's still at that point of she doesn't know what to do. So you have that conflict of who she is now. Who is she now? I mean, clearly she's missing a finger, because there's a couple jokes of, like, her wanting to flip the bird, but she can't flip the bird because that's the finger that got shot off. But it's... And then the whole thing, when she becomes... Now, when she accepts the responsibility... I won't lie, I did laugh at the moment when the guard was like, seriously? You're the evil mastermind? And Jinx is like, what's the problem? What's the problem with me being the Jinx? What's the problem with that? I mean, I am who I say I am. Yeah, right, the evil mastermind Jinx is gonna wear shorty shorts and a tank top. Oh yeah, that's what I think. Ooh. Yeah, knowing that her appearance seems to be a little bit unbelievable. I won't lie, I did laugh over that. But yeah, look, the ending and the werewolf stuff, I was like, okay, what are we doing here? But the rest of it, of doubting yourself, responsibilities, the changes of responsibilities to what do you actually want, or what you thought you wanted isn't maybe what you want now, and all these mix of emotions that it goes out through the episode. And yeah, I quite enjoy it. I mean, here's a good question. Is this like what happened in the previous episode where we say, is that pretty much us saying goodbye to Echo and all those characters? If that's the case, Jesus, really? That's the way we say goodbye to those characters. But anyway, if you've seen the episode, comment below. Let me know your thoughts.